to start the meeting. So I'll go really quick over my stuff, and then we will jump to the basement or to the mid bay and high bay areas. Over here, I just have a couple of questions since I didn't have any new clash, any high conflict or big issues here.
You need to share your screen. All we're seeing is the login people.
Really? Damn it. Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, sorry. I thought I was sharing my screen. The Skype interface changed. Now the button looks like I am sharing it. Okay. Do you see my screen
It's loading.
loading? Okay.
There you go.
Okay, it looks like someone can see it. How about the rest of you?
Yep, we're good.
No, I can't see it.
You cannot, Stuart?
No.
Let me send you an individual link. I believe that has worked before. Okay. Stuart Smith. I just sent you a new link. Once you receive it, I guess if you just want to try logging out and back in.
Okay.
And the people at the site looks like they were having issues as well. I don't see them or hear them anymore. All right, so what I'm showing right now in the screen is the second floor of Area D. So all of you guys already, all of you are 100% modeled here, right? Garrett, guys from Garrett, are you guys 100% modeled here? Goes for plumbing and HVAC.
Yes, we're Garrett is 100% model correct.
Okay, cool. And I noticed, was it Justin? Did you send the email? I remember you sent an email, but was that the shop drawings for this floor?
Yes, Pedro. Second floor shop drawings for ductwork, plumbing, and HVAC piping has all been submitted.
Oh, okay, great. All right, has Britt Rice submitted shop drawings on this level yet?
No, we haven't.
All right, are you guys waiting on something or still coordinating something in-house?
No, we're just working on them.
Okay, those need to be turned ASAP. Also on the third floor, going now to the third floor, we're less than 1 month from having these in the site, and we have basically nothing here, just one trade. I haven't checked these, but I guess you guys are coordinated between yourselves, plumbing and HVAC. Third floor, area D. Robbie.
That's the HVAC mains, and yeah, they're self-coordinated. We're still putting in the plumbing.
Okay. What is the percentage for the HVAC here? Are you guys like 85, 90% modeled on the third floor?
Probably closer to 95 to 100.
Okay, cool. For the plumbing, for all the pipes?
Well, you said HVAC.
Hey, Pedro,
Yeah.
I uploaded a third floor plumbing file. And to answer your question, I'm probably about 60% in.
Okay. So pipes, all the plumbing pipes are about 60%?
Yes.
Okay. 60%. Rice, when can you upload the third floor?
We'll try to have it by next week.
Can you have something for Thursday afternoon?
I'll have to check. I'll get back with you.
Try to push your guys or whoever is modeling on your side to have something by Thursday afternoon. That way I can do some kind of coordination on Friday. And I want to meet with you guys on Friday morning, just to see how's the third floor looking, because we need that ASAP. I guess just the light fixtures and whatever major equipment, or if you have big conduits going on this level. But at least the light fixtures, try to have that, Sarah, by Thursday afternoon. Fire protection, Jeff. When can you have something for third floor?
We're probably about 40 to 50 right now. It wasn't at all complete, so I didn't upload for today, but I can get something for this week.
Yeah, upload. Try to update your third floor. The whatever you can put in there from here till Thursday, so you can also upload on Thursday afternoon.
I work.
Okay. All right. That's Stuart. You there?
Yep.
And I see Bob as well. Hey Bob,
Did
did you end up logging in from another computer?
Yeah, this is the portable CAD computer that's got the big screen.
Okay. That's all for me. That we don't have any major conflicts with
Hey,
the
did you
trades.
upload the third floor plumbing? There's a conflict with a storm and a I-beam we need to discuss.
All right, hold on. That was
Blake, is that correct, or did you get that figured out, Blake?
I got it figured out, I think. I'd still like for y'all to take a look at it.
Should be another one coming. It's on one page.
put this.
Debbie, you have a contact at 307. Debbie, you have a contact at 307.
Where the hell is this from? All right, where's this issue?
Be on the southwest corner.
This is at third extra 6-inch roof drainage. You're gonna have to raise the ceiling up a little bit, Pedro. This is the overflow that comes into the sidewall. That's two of the same. Damn it.
Pull your section view up a little bit, Pedro. And it's out there on the 6-inch line that goes out there to the soffit.
Pull the section down, you said?
Up.
More?
Yes, a little bit more. All right, you can see it right over there now, so you're on your bottom left of your screen.
This line?
Yes.
What is the issue again? Sorry.
I was having a conflict with structure, and I was able to make it work. I just wanted y'all to take a look at it and make sure that you're okay with how I ran that. There, that 90 wasn't long enough to penetrate the soffit, so I did have to put a band and a short piece of pipe on there, so you will have a band in that soffit.
Half in, half out?
Pretty much all the way in it.
Okay, is it hanging out below the soffit?
You have to go back over there and look at it real quick. It might be a little bit.
I just want to make sure Stuart and them are aware of what it is.
Pedro, go back over there to the soffit where it turns down.
Can we look at it from below so we can see what's sticking out? So is that what you're proposing we're going to see?
Yes.
Pedro, try to get eye level with that soffit.
You know what a no-hub band looks like, Stuart?
Yeah.
It's going to be half in, half out, I believe, is what we want to make sure we're...
Yeah, it's not great.
Well, the other thing to do is, I don't know if you can get through that.
That beam, that's...
See the bead right in the middle of that blue below the soffit? That'd be the bottom of your band.
we did not intend for anything to be sticking out from the bottom, so.
What was y'all plan? Because I think the plumbing drawing says it penetrate 4 inches and put a bird screen.
It's 4 inches. I don't think they say anything about 4 inches below the soffit.
Maybe them plumbing drawings.
On P103D note 27 refers to turning down piping 4 inches below soffit with 6-inch open screen vent with 8-inch mesh cover.
Okay.
So we don't have to penetrate 4 inches. What I mean, that's what I'm saying. What do you want to see there, Stuart?
We'd like it to be flush with the bottom of the soffit.
Well, that may be better. Then you ain't got a band. Does that work out, Blake? Flush? It looks like we're down maybe 1.5 inches. Is that band about centered?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I can probably drop that pipe down just a little bit where it's sitting on top of that beam, and then they'll put your 90 pretty much flush with the soffit.
Flush, Stuart, is going to be, so what is that soffit material?
It's a ACM. It's a metal panel, so they can.
Is it smooth or is it perforated?
No, it's smooth.
Okay.
So they'll have
think
to.
you've got to get a caulk joint on that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they can seal to it. We'll just have to make sure we have that exact location for them to fabricate the panel around it.
1/4 inch down just to be able to get a caulk joint you're okay with?
Yeah. In fact, what I'm thinking is it'll have to be in the center, in the middle of a panel instead of on a joint, so they can cut a hole. Yeah, probably 1/4 inch down so they can seal to it.
Okay.
You said to center it in that soffit?
Well, just leave it alone, Blake. Leave it like you got it. We'll have to field adjust to the center of a panel, left or right.
It doesn't. Yeah, it won't have to be in the center. It just can't be on a joint. It just has to be in the field of a panel. You know what I mean?
Are those 12 inches wide, or do you know?
No, if you look on the reflected ceiling plan, the joints are laid out. They're larger panels.
Does that make sense,
Yeah.
Blake? Robbie, did we get the ERW relocated to the 6 inches where we got 2 foot clear now?
Yes, we did.
Y'all want to look at that, Stuart? Didn't know if y'all want to look at that or not, but that's 2 foot.
He went to go grab a water. He'll be right back.
Okay, so Kayla, we got that unit 2 foot for as requested by the roofer, so that issue should go away now.
We also got the We moved the ductwork for the structural openings, markups in the high bay, mid bay.
Okay, so we're all good with those?
Well, I mean, there was quite a bit of rework and move around, and there's some fabrication that's got to be redone. So, yeah, I'll take that up with Bartlett Cott. But, yeah, I mean, it seems to be working out. It all fits. We had to move the unit. So your roof pad layout will not be correct. It'll have to be adjusted as well, Caitlin. Yeah. Did you update that, Robbie?
I updated in the model. I did not send them a updated model, updated CAD file.
All right. Now we can jump into this area. Caitlin, I don't know if Store's there yet, but
Yeah.
you guys were gonna grab some other of your team members.
Yeah, Brian, he's on his way.
Okay.
Hey, what are we seeing, Pedro? Those green things sticking out through the wall of that office. Is that the steel ends of the joists?
Yes, this is from the Steelers.
So that's a conflict there.
Probably not. Most likely not, since they still need to get a better joists from whoever they are subbing the joists to.
Well, it looks like the seats are outside of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? If you make that wall solid again.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know, maybe they just have them.
I think another problem is there's a couple of structural models. We're not sure which one's the correct one or what's going to be actual, or if it's going to be what's coming to the job site, or what the architect or structural engineer put in the model.
Yeah, I just painted green all the ones from everything from the steel guys.
Yeah, the green, that looks like the fabricators because it's got all of the
hard
stuff.
Details, yes.
So that should be what they're proposing to send out, right?
Yes.
Which in that case would be outside of the wall.
But this thing that it's sticking out of the wall is from the joist, and the Steeler guys are subbing the joist out to someone else.
Okay, but do they know about that conflict there?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think this is a conflict on their head, because they just, I guess, generically put a joist in there. So once we bring the joist model in here from the joist guys, this is gonna go away. That's what I believe.
Okay, so
but yes, I'll ask the question.
I got a question. So their joists are showing up and being installed on Friday. So what's the holdup of getting the corrected joist in the model?
Good question.
This is a problem that we're trying to coordinate, and they're installing it, and then we're going to coordinate it. That's kind of backwards. We need to get the model updated with the corrected. It's going to start getting expensive when somebody's got to start paying for moves because the steel ain't right.
And
as far as I know, we've already reviewed the joist shop drawings, so.
I'll call the steel guys after the meeting. Probably they just forgot to tell me. I was waiting on them for the joist model. Yes, they just forgot then. I'll call them again today. All right. So which area or which part do you guys want to take a look at?
Yeah, Pedro, did you get my email before I sent a few minutes before the meeting? That storage area and that in area C, just some, we need to make sure we're clear in some areas.
Hey, Bear, I got a question about the louvers. Is some on the architectural markups on those two louvers in them, they tell us how the highest one can be and the widest another one can be. It says, is the engineer going to tell us what the other dimension is on those louvers?
It should be on that markup. It's not. They're not a.
No, sir. It just says one side. It can't be no higher than 30. Well, for the big one, it says no higher than 36.
No, Robbie, they're not. I got Kevin. Should be recalculating the free area required based on the height minimication. So Kevin will be able to come back and tell us. He should be working on that. We can follow up with him to make sure. I called him earlier but didn't answer. I sent him an email.
Okay.
For the drawings indicate a free area. They give us one side. Kevin can figure out the other side. And that'll be on the resubmittal. He's supposed to be working on.
So you see that area we need to look at? Highlighter. That's just to kind of orient you. Can we go look at it in the model? Okay, if Pedro, if you can raise the cut plane up to just hit the bottom of the joists so we can see the area that we have to work with. You can lower it a little bit. Oh, okay. So we have those racks in there now. You can see they're 8-foot tall racks, and they want to be able to put a pallet with stuff on the pallet, like buckets full of rocks, on top of those racks as well. So those walls in the area are CMU up to 12'4", and then above 12'4" to deck, they're a gypboard partition. So right now, those mechanical piping that's going through the wall and then turning and going north, the level that those are at now, it looks like they're clipping the top of that CMU. So they're half in the CMU and half in the gypboard. I would imagine it would be preferable to get them all in the gyp, so it's easier to create a penetration. And we need to move those up as high as we can so that we have as much clearance above those racks as possible. So if we move north a little bit, see where they're turning up and heading west.
Hello.
Hey, Bear.
Yeah.
Is it possible for those
Chip hammer.
lines to not turn down,
I got the chip on there.
go through the wall
Uh,
at the height that they end up with?
no,
at the water?
We'll let Bear answer that when he gets off the phone.
It's a very convenient time for a phone call.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Bear. I hope that was important.
All that, yeah, it's important. All that pipe is fabricated and ready to be hung as soon as we get an RFI. So if you want to raise that, we've signed off on that first floor. We fabricated. All that steel pipe is fabricated and welded up. So to start making moves on that piping right now is substantial cost. So we'll do it however you want to do it. I'm just telling you now that it's all fabricated and there's going to be substantial costs associated with moving it at this point.
Okay. Well, there was a note on the mechanical drawings for that piping to be up tight against structure. So I guess that got missed or question wasn't asked. So right now, when that penetrates that wall, when it goes through that wall, those pipes will be half in CMU and half in a chipboard partition. See that line that runs through those pipes? That's where it transitions from CMU to chipboard. I don't know how that's going to work cleanly. Okay. And frankly, those, they could be higher, but those aren't the worst thing because you could fit stuff underneath those on top of those racks. So that plumbing line, and it looks like there's another line next to that. What is that below that? The blue plumbing line and the yellow line below that.
I guess it's
Those two lines, they just need to go up above 12'4". And we got a ton of, there's, 16-foot ceiling in there, or not a ceiling, but 16, 17 feet to the deck. So we should be able to figure out a way to do that. So is that a,
Those are basically just poking out to go around the electrical room. The 2-inch water line and a 1/2-inch gas line coming off that mains.
Yeah.
Those shouldn't be a problem to move up.
Yeah.
Get those out of the way. And then it looks like there are some fire lines on the other side. On the west wall of that storage area, Pedro? Yeah, so you can imagine trying to put something on the top shelf of those racks. It's going to be difficult with those fire lines there. So we need to get those up as high as we can, preferably above 12'4".
gonna be a huge problem with all the ductwork to the west of that.
Well, it only needs to go up. We see where those orange racks are. That's the critical area.
Yeah.
So there's that, basically that wall, there's a quarter on the north of those racks and on the south of those racks. Once you hit the quarter, you're okay. You just need to be above, that space above the racks just needs to be clear.
Yeah, just going up there puts everything through those rooms to the west underneath that duct. Means trapped and everything else. It's a lot of recoordination.
Well, can one of those lines be on the other side? Can that smaller one move to the other side of that wall? Is that? I mean, I'm not sure what's going on there. So you're going up.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, because you're going through that wall, looks like 4 or 5 times or 3 times, and that's a nice CMU partition you wouldn't have to go through if you're on the other side.
Yeah, that might be a possibility. I mean, we'll have to go through it because I got to get back out that direction. So I don't know if that'll be CMU and JIP like the other side is, or.
It's up CMU up to 12'4", and then above 12'4", it's JIP.
Okay.
For exactly this reason.
And I would be going through the JIP, so that might be a possibility going to that other side then.
Okay. And what about that larger? That looks like a main.
Yeah, that's your standpipe.
Could that move to this center? There's the racks that are back to back in the middle of the room. If that standpipe went down the center of those 2 racks between them, it wouldn't have to move up. It could stay at that same level, and they could, put stuff on either side of it.
That could probably be fine as well.
Or if it could move up at all, it'd be better too.
Yeah, as I said, I don't know that we got a whole lot of room up because I want to say there's a couple duct lines that are.
And there's some beams.
That was
there.
the determining, going above it, and I was running into beams, so trying to go up and down. I think elevation-wise, I'm pretty darn close, but shifting east or west.
Yeah, if you get.
Should be a possibility.
So you're centered over those racks. Should be the center between the east and west walls of that room.
Yeah, I'll just have to grab a dimension on it, and that should be feasible.
Okay.
Hey, Justin or Blake, you guys said this is not a big deal moving these 2 lines, the gas and the water line?
No, that's copper, and those can be adjusted up. We'll make that happen.
Do they need more than 3 feet here, Stuart?
Yeah, it's so what they're doing in there is they've got a they call a walkie stacker, kind of like a hand truck that lifts up a pallet, put the pallet on top of that rack, and then, it's not necessarily the height of what they're putting on the rack, it's the height of the
machine.
machine that lifts it up,
Yeah.
full the way up. So, and the other thing, we need to show those lights up at 12'4". That's where we show them in our sections. And I think if we don't move these lines, I think the end users are going to go out there and look at that and say, well, why didn't they just run those things straight across? Why do they turn it down there and get in our way? And
Well, you are tight. When you go on the other side of that wall in the mechanical room, you got air separators and everything else that stick up higher than those mains.
Yeah. So let's look at those conflicts in there.
You got lines that come off the top as well. It's got to be coming off the top. Those are lines arch tight to the structure. Your air separators stick above them pipes so high on your returns.
All right. So how much space above that do we have?
What dimensions are you looking for, Stuart?
Just trying to visualize. So the air separators are those lines coming off the top of the pipes that are inside the plumbing room. And looks like there's still some room we could raise that up. I know. I realize this is, later in the process than it should be, but if we can get this fixed now, I realize some of the stuff's already out there, but it's not up in the air in a building already. having to move it after it's already been installed. So it's not going to cease to be a problem. It's going to continue to be a problem, so we can either fix it now or we can fix it later.
I'll give a bar to COG and see how they want to handle it.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Bob, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You have any comments on this? You there, Bob?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, do you have any comments on this?
As far as raising the pipes up,
Yeah, but you know, this is gonna be a major change.
I understand that. It's you know, it's tough. You know, we're gonna have to, do the exercise. You know, we're gonna have to price up the change.
All right, just make sure to discuss this with the guys there.
Yeah, we're gonna have, Bear, when you got time, we can talk, and we'll figure out how we want to address this.
All right.
Stuart, this is Bob. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What was the height that we need on the top of the shelf of the shelving system? What free area? Is it 330?
No, we need a 12'4" in that space.
We need from finished floor, 12'4" clear, everything below that?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, so you guys want to talk about the Mid Bay area, the louver thing that was going on yesterday?
We've got Brian here now, so he can help.
Well, which elements are we taking a look at? This louver here, I believe this duct, the 90, the louver, and this one.
Okay.
All right, I just found out about these yesterday. I don't know who wants to say something about this, or what is the conflict here?
Looks like you guys got those fixed based on markups, right? And then on the left, so those are okay. Except for that. What's that pipe going through there?
That goes to that fan coil unit on top of that stairwell. We'll just have to figure a way to reroute it.
Route it, yeah. Okay.
Told y'all yesterday we was going to reroute refrigeration if we made the move. That's what we was referring to.
Okay. Looked like it was going through the elevator.
That unit sits inside the elevator shaft at the top of the room, on top of, right up above the elevators.
All right, looks good. And
That's just the refrigerant line that goes up to a unit outside, to a condenser outside.
The unit is inside the elevator shaft itself. It's a wall hung split system unit that'll be at the top
Yeah,
of the elevator shaft.
it's just conditioning the shaft.
Yes.
And so that line is heading out to a compressor outside.
Sitting
Yes,
on the roof.
yes, that's correct. Well, it's up on the roof. Yes, sir.
On the roof, that's outside the wall next to the shaft. So could that line just go through the wall and then out to that?
Yeah, but it's got to go up and out. Yeah, we'll fix it.
Okay. This one, see, there's that tube running vertically that duct's running through that steel tube there, red.
Yeah.
That's where that conflict, we wanted to get above the beam above it.
You didn't say move it up. They said move it over to 2'11" and keep the elevation the same on that drawing. So when we move it over to 2'11" off of S, that's where it is right there.
Wait a minute. So this is a corrected.
That's
Yes,
the
sir,
location based on the markups of
That
the
matches the markups on your
comments.
Yeah, comments.
Is that where you want it, or you want it somewhere else?
Can you pull that up, Caitlin?
I don't know what the red is, but it looks like it's right into the beam. Square tubing. Is that a structural model from the old or a new or?
That's from the old one. Everything maroon comes from the structural engineer, and everything green from the Steeler guys. So
Is there some way we could turn off what's not really structured? Or do they both got to be in there?
So what do you want? What do you want, Stuart?
Hold on one second. We're trying to pull that up. Okay, it looks like now this was Eddie marking this up, he was more involved in the high bay than I was. He's calling out that 8x8 steel beam. He just didn't mark up the dimension of the bottom of the duct, but I think the intent was to move that opening above that 8x8 horizontal beam. Is that going to be an issue?
Where is this 8x8 beam at?
Right now, it's right above that duct.
At the very top up there?
No, it should. Why is it not showing up on the steel? Question.
That's kind of the whole purpose. I mean, that's
why we're kind of getting aggravated. Is
we're coordinating with something
nobody
not
knows what's
there.
correct.
Nobody knows what's supposed to be there, and the structural guys ain't got it corrected. That's why it gets aggravating, Stuart.
I understand.
So that beam right there is y'all's structural steel, not theirs, correct? That is or is not going to be there, or we don't know.
Well, it's there. I'm not sure why it's not um, in the fabricator's model. There's an 8x8 tube there. Otherwise, this building's not going to stand up.
If we go up above that, I'm worried we're not going to have room between that and the roof. I hadn't looked at it real close, but just
with that turn and everything. Yeah. Hey, Pedro, is it possible to just see the fabricator's model?
Yes.
And only that, nothing else, just their model.
Oh. Just their model, or like, do you mean hiding even mechanical, or?
Yeah, I want to see only the steel fab model.
How high is that 90 now? What elevation is that at?
Josh, can you call 101, please? Josh, can you call 101?
So, for some reason, none of their 8x8 tubes are showing up. Like if you look at that tall wall beyond, you see those things that are floating, those plates that are just floating in air. Yeah, that's where the diagonal bracing, those are the blades that tie into the diagonal bracing. So there's some things in their model that aren't showing up. I think you might want to, we definitely got to check with them on their model incomplete, or is there something that didn't import correctly? Because Bear's right, it does make this impossible to do our job if there's not a full model there. Okay, so that tells us that there's some information missing in that model.
Hey, I'm looking in the model, Stuart, and I think if there is that 8-inch tube right there, we'll just use that maroon one for now to go over the top. I think there's room to go over the top and be inside the roof on the other side.
Okay, if we can do that, that would be preferable. What I'm worried about is that column beyond. They move that over. It's like the fabricators move it.
Yeah, because y'all's has a I-beam right through the duct, and theirs has got it moved over. So
yeah. Pedro, what's the date of the structural model that you have in there?
This comes from November.
11/2.
Yes, November 2nd. That's when I put it in here, so it's probably before this date.
Okay, we have one from January that's more current, but I'll email Gessner and tell them to send us current Revit file.
Okay.
We'll have the latest with all the ASIs.
All right. Is there another area you guys want to take a look at? If that's it, then
We're going to look at the basement.
basement. Stuart, you said you want to take a look at the basement?
Yeah, I thought that was on the agenda for hydraulic piping. Is that supposed to be? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Roger had brought up wanting to look at the where those penetrations were missed.
Yeah, that is correct. Roger kind of wanted to get a snapshot view from the mud slab looking up.
So the area we need to be is beyond that wall we're looking at. It's actually not in the basement, it's in the crawl space.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to be basically at the mud slab elevation, looking up at where those blockouts were supposed to be and whatever piping is supposed to be going to them. I'm not sure how well y'all are in terms of getting finished with GS Hydro, if you're showing the piping at all, or if you're showing anything or nothing, or how much we should expect it to move, so that we can attempt to coordinate as much as possible as soon as possible.
Keep in mind too, we don't have all the ASI 45 updates drawn in as well on our side.
Hey, you there, Roger?
Yeah, we're here, Pedro.
All right. So which area exactly? That's where you guys want to take a look at?
Do you remember where Bob showed you those two blockouts in the floor in that model?
Was it 161?
Yeah, 161.
C and D, or
it's just north of the mid bay.
Okay. So therefore, we cannot see it from here. I guess it's just visible. Those two ones.
Yeah. I want to basically look up at those from the mud slab below just to see.
They don't go all the way down.
Go down? Okay.
No, it just stops there. It's just that flat rectangle.
Can we give them some?
I was just curious how much crap was underneath the pan slab there.
But let me see if I can. Okay, because I can just make them transparent.
Yeah, transparent that floor and see if we
Yeah.
can see them.
Hold on.
Yeah, I do.
That's one. There's nothing right below them.
Okay. But basically what's going to happen is they're going to go down in 90 and then go through the wall into the mid bay. And so we need to figure out where they're going to run, And if other stuff is, we want to get them up tight to the slab, and I don't know if everything else is already in the way or not. Let's type it in. Oh wait, let me hit cancel.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, can you make it to where we can look through the floor?
What was that again?
I thought you said you can opaque the floor so we can kind of see through it.
I already did.
Okay.
There's nothing. You don't have anything
Okay.
below.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, that'll do it for now.
Okay, okay. All right, Bear, Britt Rice, Garrett, Jeff. Any areas you need to take a look at?
Yeah, this is Jeff. I wanted to just quick look over in the where we got our fire pump and all the equipment on that northeast corner.
On your room?
Yeah, right there. Just north of that door. I got that sleeve going through, and looking at some of the other models, it looked like that was going to be in a pad for some of the equipment for Garrett, so I was just curious about that. I don't know if that changed or what.
Which sleeve are you referencing?
That one kind of to the right side of the screen over there, going through the slab. Along that east wall.
Right there?
Yes, sir. That's where we go out to go for the remote FTC connection.
That's the RO skid.
Barry, did you just want to, I was going to get with you on that. Do you want to put a sleeve in that pad, or do you want to move that pad to the north?
Well, I don't see the pad right now. Is that boxed in or shown or something? Or you got the first floor turned off or something? Pedro?
Barry, I think that layer was turned off when I was doing that.
Well, right there, you're at the end of the pad, so it should clear, right? And the water softener now goes away. We'll clean that up. Did you draw that in?
One of the last drawings I had, I was going like right through it, so I just wanted to double check.
Justin and/or Blake, is that did we go back and verify that with the approved RO submittal? Make sure we're still good on that size.
On the size for what?
For that RO skid and pad?
I have not, no. I'll double check that.
So how come we can't see the equipment anymore?
I don't know. Probably would not turn off.
Engineer's model, that's not ours.
So why are we looking at the engineer's model? Can we get to the corrected model, Pedro?
The engineer is the only one that is in there. I guess the equipment that you guys had here got turned off on today's submission. if I unhide all, I just have the engineers.
Well, that's just engineers.
Yeah.
So y'all have to check that, like, re-upload. We'll double check it, Jeff, and get back with you.
That's fine. I mean, and if it's something,
We
you know,
can
if it's in a
shift it.
pad spot,
I
and if
think
it's
we can
possible
shift
to just throw another sleeve there, I mean, that's fine with me. It don't bother me whatsoever. So I just wanted to double check with you guys.
10-4.
Sound good?
Okay. All right. That's all for me, guys. If you don't have anything else, I'll talk to you later. Stuart, you still
Yeah.
there?
Yep.
Can you stay just a couple of minutes on YouTube, Bob?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, guys. Hey, Bob, what is the name of the guy for the one that gave us the steel model? Do you remember? It's with Eagle. I just cannot find his contact information.
You're asking me?
Yeah. You don't know who that is?
They gave you the steel backgrounds?
Yeah.
I'll have to go to my laptop. I'm in the main room here.
I found him.
Once we get back.
You got him?
We haven't really gotten
Yeah.
any back since you told me that.
Let me try to give him a call while we're here still.
Who's still in there? Sarah? Isn't she electrical?
What'd you ask?
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling Eagle Energy Steel.
Hi, miss. Can I please speak to Cameron?
Who's speaking?
This is Pedro with Bartlett Cook General Contractors.
He is in a meeting. Can I have him let him know that you called?
I'll send him an email.
What is your phone number? Let him know.
210 410 7244.
That's 210-410-7244.
Correct.
Okay, so that's Pedro, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Thank you. Never mind, guys. Just wanted to get this guy here in the model just to kind of get a pointer from him on what the hell's going on with his model. Hey, Bob. I guess can you send us or send me just a quick note of which areas have the steel joists have been placed.
In the field?
Yeah, because I'm seeing that all over, like what Stuart pointed out.
That's a relief angle for for some reason the wall is missing there.
Okay, never mind that. I hit the wall, I guess, when I was taking a look at these lines in there. Yeah, but if you can just do that, Bob. Here, Bob.
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you just tell me which areas the steel has been placed?
All right.
All right. Okay, thank you, Stuart. As soon as I get a word from this guy, I'll create a quick meeting and let you know, just to see if you have a small
Okay. Well,
time to take a look at the screen together with this guy.
yeah. Well, we were able to get Navisworks running here on our Revit machine. So I was looking for the steel file on Box and I couldn't find it. Is it? It
Uh,
should be in your Navisworks file.
Yeah, it's in there, but if you just want the IFC, I got an IFC from these guys. Let me see if I can just
Okay.
sort by from.
Is it in box?
I have no idea if it's in there. Let me check. I have to put one. I bet it's the archived. Yes. No. No, it's not in there.
No, I mean from the fabricator.
No.
From the steel form.
No, he sent. I'm pretty sure he sent it to me. Uh,
Can you
here.
save it into the box? So
Yes, correct. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll find it. I'm pretty sure he sent it through.
that'll just help us to try and find any conflicts, because it's hard for me when you're driving. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I can't see everything because you're driving.
It's going too fast.
Yeah, I'm a terrible backseat driver.
Yeah, I found it. I'm uploading it now.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you
Good.
guys.
Thanks, Pedro.
I'll probably give you a call in a little bit.